Hi, and welcome to the new 2016-17 season of PHS Falcon News. Falcon News is a collaborative production between the journalism class and video productions class. Journalism researches and writes the stories, while video productions does the recording and editing of features and the final show. This year we have 3 anchors. I'm your news anchor, Zoe Hawes.
And I'm Savannah, your features anchor. I'll be going around campus this year searching out feature stories like assemblies, dances, classes, clubs, personalities around school, and anything else the students and staff would like to know about.
And I'm Alec, your sports anchor. I'm going to be bringing you all the news about our sports teams, games, players, coaches, and all of the action. Some people don't even know about all the sporting teams we have here at Prairie, and it will be my job to bring them all to you. To start things off this year, my anchor team, Jet and Isaiah and I, interviewed Coach Brooks about the upcoming basketball season.
Well, I've been at Prairie 17 years now, and as a high school coach, I think first and foremost, I'm a guy that's passionate about working with kids and enjoy seeing kids improve and get better. And then I'd say secondly that I'm a fierce competitor on the court. I want players to kind of emulate that and want to win with a passion, but also, I think off the court, I'm a nice guy and enjoy being around my players and getting to know them and building the team so that, over the course of a season, kids learn to enjoy the journey and have a great experience. And a player, there are several things. Obviously, the obvious thing is, basketball is a skill sport, so you want guys that are going to be talented. But also, before that, we want guys that are good students in the classroom, because if they are doing a good job in the classroom, it usually carries over onto the court. If they're disciplined in the classroom and getting the job done, that's usually going to be helpful on the court. And I think beyond that, basketball is a team game, so you want guys that are going to, play unselfishly, and also guys that are going to get along well with others and bring something to the team, that whether it's rebounding, scoring, defense, something that's going to contribute and benefit us over the season. And then I'd say lastly, you want guys that are going to be fun to be around and are going to really enjoy working hard and improving and being part of something great. Really fortunate this year. We have 9 guys back from our team last year that was 17-7 and just missed going to the state tournament. So I think there's a lot of optimism. We're excited about that. But also with this team, there's going to have to be a lot of hard work, and it is a different team. It's not last year's team. But I'm excited about it, and I think if our chemistry really improves over the season and we don't have a lot of injuries, and guys come together the way I think we can, I think that we have the opportunity to have one of the best seasons Prairie's ever had. Well, tryouts are usually 2 to 3 days, and what we do is tryouts. A lot of guys come in and they're trying to get in basketball shape. We hope they're already in basketball shape. So there's a lot of conditioning. There's also a lot of fundamentals and watching guys play in situations, whether it be offensively or defensively. And then as a coach, trying to see if we can find something that is a strength that would help a team. And then I think beyond that, tryouts consist of just getting an opportunity to watch players play the game, because if they can play and they play well with others on the court, then it gives us a good opportunity to kind of evaluate them and hopefully put them in a team spot. So it is tough, though, because probably the worst part of coaching is having to make cuts. And so, the challenge is we try to keep 36 players, and finding a spot for each one is difficult. But we feel like we do a pretty good job of letting them know where they're at and communicating what things they need to work on if they don't make it, so maybe they can try out again the following year. Starting out, I have 4 seniors that I'm expecting leadership out of this year. 2 of those seniors were first-team all-league guys last year. Greg Bernash, who's a 6'5" forward for us, and Seth Hall, who's a 6'2" shooting guard. Both come back as all-league players. Beyond that, Ethan Roush returns, and Dwayne Stewart, who was also a starter for us, and is at 6'7", is one of the tallest players in our league. So I'd say those four guys, I'm expecting leadership out of them. I think Greg and Dwayne and Seth, really on the scoring end, and Dwayne rebounding the basketball are going to be important for us. And then Ethan's kind of our distributor type guy. Beyond that, we have a junior class with guys like Logan Reed, Braden Broadbent, Caleb Locke, Dante Heideschmidt, and Matthew Kogler, and that's a talented group, and so we're expecting those guys to make a big contribution. And then we also have Cameron Osborne, who got experience last year as a freshman. Started out the year, he was swinging from JV to varsity, and after about 3 games, we figured out that he was a varsity basketball player, and I think he has a chance to maybe be the most dynamic point guard in our league and maybe in Southwest Washington. And, so we're expecting big things out of him. And I may have, there might be a guy or two in there that I can't think of here right now with us not even having tryouts yet, but I think that's going to be a really solid group for us.
Thanks, Alec. It sounds like we have the potential to have a great season this year. It was great seeing all of our Falcons at our first game to have a great season opener over Washougal. I know that as a cheerleader, it's really fun when we have a lot of kids show up with school spirit. Keep coming to the games and bring that Falcon support. When we come back, we're going to have Paris interview Alex Hampton, who is instrumental in planning the awesome Veterans Day Assembly we had here on November 10th. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Paige, and this is our first teacher feature this year. So for this first teacher feature, we're going to be talking with Mr. Bowe. Mr. Bowe, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Yeah.
Good. So how long have you been here at Prairie?
Oh man, it's been about 2 months now here at Prairie, and honestly, it's been fantastic.
What's your favorite part about being here at Prairie?
Ooh. I'd have to say it's probably the students, the little people.
All right, and how long have you been wanting to teach?
Oh man. Probably only about 4 years, I would say. Yeah.
So did you go to school with the intention of being a teacher?
Actually, no. So kind of the backstory behind that is I had originally gone to school to work in finance, investment banking, really. But I just found that sitting behind a desk wasn't ideal for me, and I wanted to work with kids as well, and so just kind of the best of both worlds.
And what would you be doing if you weren't teaching?
Oh, geez. On a mountain somewhere? I don't know.
Snowboarding or skiing?
Ooh, man. I actually had a terrible snowboarding experience, so we're going to go with skiing for sure.
All right, thank you so much for your time. That's all I have for you. Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I can't. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
On November 10th, we hosted our annual Veterans Day Assembly. Joining me here today is Alex Hampton, who was crucial in the planning of the assembly. Thanks so much for coming, Alex.
Thank you for having me here today.
We just have a couple questions for you. How long did you work to plan the assembly?
I started planning the assembly about right after homecoming, so it took me a good month to start planning it.
What was the biggest challenge for you?
The biggest challenge, I would say, is getting more people involved in it and not having the same assembly every year. Mm-hmm. That's a big problem that we have is changing up the assemblies and not just having, because seniors this year, they probably recognize is that a lot of the assemblies, they're the same. So the biggest problem was probably changing up the assemblies.
Awesome. And what did you enjoy most about planning the event?
What I enjoyed most is the people. Everybody in ASB, the people that helped me with it, preschoolers, they were pretty awesome.
Awesome. Now, the Veterans Day Assembly is one of the more serious assemblies, so how did you make sure everything was kept serious and respectful?
To make it a serious assembly, it's more to the crowd. They have to make it a serious assembly. It's not going to be a serious assembly unless the people are willing to make it a serious assembly. But to help that, it's just to have good speakers, people look up to, and yeah.
Awesome. Would you change anything if you had the chance?
No, I would not change anything. I think the assembly was a great assembly, and it was a pretty good assembly overall.
All right. Anything else?
So would like to say thank you for all the people that helped me on this. And yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Alex. The assembly was wonderful, and you and ASB did a great job of playing it out. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here today.
As you know, recently there was a presidential election. The outcome shocked many people, including students and teachers. We went around campus and interviewed several people to get their opinion of the results. There are many different ideas about who won and who they thought should have won. Here's what they had to say. Hi, I'm here with Jordan Leek, and she's also a part of the news part of the show, and she's going to be interviewing Lauren Hapgood all about post-election.
Thank you, Zoe. I have a few questions for you, Lauren. Are you happy with the outcome of the election?
Yes. I'm not depressed about it. I didn't really have much of an opinion anyway, but as long as, it kind of just depends on how he runs the country, I guess, and then I'll be happy.
Okay. Thank you, Lauren.
You're welcome.
I'm here with Brady McCoy, and we are going to be talking about everything post-election. So, Brady, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. So, are you happy with the outcome of the election overall?
Well, I don't feel like there was much to be happy about. I mean, both candidates were bad in their own way, but we have one now.
Okay. Do you think that this election will change America for the better or worse?
I don't know. I feel like the president can't hurt us as much as the media says, nor can he help us as much as they claim.
Okay. Is there anything that you would have changed about this whole, like social media wise, like everyone, like is there anything you wish went differently or?
Well, I wish the Democratic Party's nomination system was a little more democratic.
Okay. Is there anything that you would like to add?
No, I think that's everything.
Okay. Thank you, Brady.
Hi, Logan. I am going to ask you, are you happy with the outcome?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why is that?
Trump's a cool dude.
And
deserves it.
And why is that?
I just think that he, with all of his business expertise, he can really help us with our financial situation that we're in, which is horrible. And right after he's elected, the stock market's closed at a record high. So, I mean, he's already helping us out before he even takes office, which is awesome.
Very nice answer. Thank you, Logan.
I'm here with Maggie Arnold, president of Prairie, and we're going to be asking also questions about the election. So, Maggie, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, thank you. So, are you happy with the outcome of the election overall?
To be honest, I wasn't following it that closely, but I believe that being a citizen of America, it's good to just believe the best for what Trump is going to do. So.
Cool. So I know you said you weren't following it closely, but is there anything that you would change or anything you wish went differently, like when people were voting and everything, or anything like social media wise, anything like that?
I think social media took everything that they were saying way out of proportion, and that people reacted to that instead of reacting to what the candidates were actually saying. I also think the post-election protests are a bit out of control, and not so much of the candidates or the president, but so many people are living in fear, and I don't think that they should be, because there's nothing to really be scared of. I mean, we're still a free country, and there's a lot of good things, and yeah.
Hi, we're here with Mr. Baker, and we are going to be discussing the election. So how are you today, Mr. Baker?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. So first question is, are you happy with the outcome of the election?
Well, I'm happy that the democratic process successfully chose a president of the United States. Unfortunately, most people don't understand how the Electoral College works, but I'm always happy when we have a new election, so thank you.
Cool. Do you think that this election will change America for the better or worse, and why?
I have a tendency to think it probably won't change it much at all. I think Congress and the Supreme Court have an awful lot to say about what happens in our country. The President of the United States directs the executive branch, and they can't just run roughshod over the country and do whatever they want, so probably not a whole lot.
Okay, last question is, what are you most looking forward to about the presidential elect?
Be interesting to see if he can use his business acumen to actually achieve anything for economic growth. So we'll hope that more people get employed and incomes go up and people are happy.
Cool. Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I think I'm pretty good. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, we're here with Miss Whitling, and we're going to be asking her a couple of questions. So, first question is, are you happy with the outcome of the election and why?
Okay, so I really was not excited about either candidate, and so I realized that they both brought some great strengths and they both had some major deficiencies. So I can't say that I was happy with the outcome. I can't say that I would have been happy with the outcome had it gone the other way either.
Cool. Do you think that this election will change America for the better, worse, or do you think it'll stay kind of the same?
Interesting you'd ask that question. I recently spent some time with some investment people, and they were talking about the ebb and flow of the election results on investments and how it could be very good for the retirement income, but because of the morality and social entitlements, it might be bad. So once again, it's a good thing, bad thing, depending on where you are in society.
Okay. Last question is, do you think, or what are you most looking forward to about the presidential elect?
I have to say that it's providing some really interesting class discussions, and so that's pretty fun.
Cool, awesome. Do you have anything to add?
Nope, I'm good. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, as you can see, there are many different opinions, but one thing remains true. Come January 20th, we will have a new president. But before that, we just had our Thanksgiving break. I know that I had a really great time with family and turkey dinner and shopping for Christmas. Savannah talked to students before we went on our break to hear what they were doing for Thanksgiving and what they are thankful for.
So what's your favorite part about Thanksgiving?
All the food.
Does your family have any traditions that they have?
Just gather as a family around a Christmas tree.
What are you most thankful for this Thanksgiving?
My family, friends, and eating food, of course.
What's your favorite food for Thanksgiving?
Probably stuffing and mac and cheese. And biscuits.
What are you most looking forward to about Thanksgiving?
I think having the chance to see all of my family together at like the specific time of year and eating good food.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
My mom makes bomb corn.
Well, that's it for our first show this year. I hope you enjoyed it. Go check out our Twitter account at PHSFN Show and let us know how we did and any suggestions that you may have that we can include in the future. For Savannah, Alec, and our journalism news team, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.